Hello everyone, and welcome back to my J2ME development series. Today I will be showing you how to work with graphics with the J2ME. Well, let's begin. Firstly, we're going to click on New Project, J2ME Midlet Suite. We're just going to give it a name. This time we're just going to call it Graphics. If I know how to write words, just going to click Finish. I'm going to go into this folder, which is going to click New Class. I'm going to call this main, and we're going to give the package, just code, why not? And then we're going to need another class for drawing stuff, which we'll call main canvas. Okay, so midlet needs a few things to work. Firstly, we're going to have to import two little things here. A moment, this, and now we're also gonna have to extend midlet. It won't work if we don't do this. And now we need three methods. Firstly, we're going to have the public main, then public void start app. We're just going to copy and paste this 2 times. And we're going to change the name from start up to pause up and destroy up. There we go. We need this for our main camp. We need this for our midlet suite. So anyways, now we can just go ahead and we're gonna have to include our main canvas here, which we can do by just writing private static main canvas. If I actually knew how to write, I could do that properly. Then here we can just write main canvas equals new main canvas. And then our public void startup, we're going to need to write a few things. Firstly, display equals display. Sorry. My keyboard is acting up. Equals display dot get display this. Now we're going to have to write main canvas dot star, and then we're going to write display dot set current to main canvas. Oops, I forgot I wrote that improperly, but not big. This is just a problem because I haven't written the other stuff. Oh, of course, I don't think that's the proper spelling of destroy now, is it? A little dyslexiveness there. Sorry. Oh, sorry. I forgot of a little detail. Our destroy up must have a boolean unconditional. There we go. Okay. So now we can just go onto our main canvas.java, and here we're going to need to import a few more things, which are going to be over here. So are going to be these ones. This is just for loading images and showing stuff on screen. But anyways, we're gonna have to extend game canvas, or have to implement runnable I do not know how to spell properly. So anyways, now we can see that we have an error. This is because we need to do a few more things. Firstly, we're just going to write a public main canvas. And here we can just write super false. This is basically just telling the midlet how we want our input to be detected, but it's not really important right now. And then we can write set full screen mode true. Now, what this does is set our screen on full screen, which is far better because you get to use all of the phone's screen. But it does break compatibility with older versions of the midlet. But because I don't actually have any older phones phones older than the ones I have, I don't really have an ability to test that, and so we're just going to use our newer ones. Now, we're also gonna have to write a public void run. We have to put a while true. We're not going to write much here other than try. And thread.sleep. This is basically so we don't spend all of our time trying to render stuff. It's just basically telling it, okay, so after we render, we want to sleep a little. Anyways, we're gonna have to write catch and system.out.println. So, error trying to wait. Oops, sorry, I forgot we need this here. Small mistake. So anyways, now we're gonna have to implement a start function, which is just going to be public void start, and then we're gonna have thread runner equals new thread this, and then we're just gonna have runner dot start, and we're getting close to it. Now we're gonna have to need a new method for writing images to our screen. To do this, we're first going to do a public void update screen, and we're going to ask for graphics sheet. I had misspelled that there. So now we're first going to do she.setColor, and then we're going to give it an RGB value, which is going to be 0xFFFFFF, which basically just means white because we got all red, all green, and all blue. That should make a white background. And now we want to draw a rectangle the size of the screen so we can have a background. So we're going to do she.fill rect. Here it is. I'm going to give it 0. And then we're also going to give it 0 as the x and y coordinates. And for its size, we're going to get width. And we're going to get height. Sorry, I misspelled that. There we go. What this does is basically just draw a rectangle that's the size of the screen. This just tells you what size, what resolution your screen is. So anyways, now we just have to call this method on our main loop. So we're just going to go onto while true. I'm going to give us a little bit of space here. I'm going to put update screen. And we're going to do get graphics. And that, oh, sorry, we have not finished this yet. We also have to write flash graphics, because if we don't, this is not going to work. So now if we go ahead and test this, we should get a white screen. Yes, and we also see that it's in full screen, because we don't have the border down here. Don't worry about this one, it won't appear in actual phones. So now we can actually go ahead and start loading images. So to do this, we're first going to have to define our image variables. To do this, we're just going to write private image cat image. We're just going to put a little colon there. We're going to copy this and we're going to paste it here. We're going to rename this into ball image. And now we're actually gonna go ahead and go into our folder. Here we should have 3 images. The cat image is repeated because if you have a phone with a smaller resolution, you'll have to use this one. But if you have a phone with a bigger resolution, you have to use this one. As you can see, it is bigger. So anyways, we're just going to drag and drop this into our resource source file. And we're going to click F5 to make sure it's all refreshed. Now, we can go onto our start method and we're going to do a try and catch IO exception, if I know how to write. So anyways, we got that. We're just going to do a system.out.println IOEX. So that should tell us if we accidentally commit an error by loading this. Except, I think I misspelled it. Exception. There we go. Or do, okay. I had misspelled it. English is not my first language, so I'm quite sorry for that. So anyways, we're going to do cat image equals image dot create image. We're going to do these columns and we're going to call, sorry, we're going to do slash there and cat 320 x 240.png. This should change depending on the name of your image. In this case, this should work. And now we're also going to have to load the ball image, which we'll do by just changing this to balls. And now we have both of the images loaded, so we should be able to display them on screen. To do this, we're simply going to go ahead and above flash graphics, we're going to put she.draw image. We're going to put cat image. We're going to give it 0, 0, 0. So this should display the image at its actual resolution and an X and Y coordinate. It won't do anything else. So now if we actually go ahead and we run this, we will see a little cat over here. That is very cool, but this is not going to be very useful if you want to do tile maps, as you will have to load each image individually. So now if we want to actually draw a region of an image, just a small part of it, we can actually use she.draw region. And this takes quite a few arguments. So firstly, we got our UV coordinate, we got our image, And then we got our x coordinate in the image, right? So from where we want to take it, you can also say it's basically its EU coordinate, as in UV. So we're just going to put this 0 for now, and this will be its b, so it's y coordinate in the image. Then we have its size. In this case, it's going to be 32 times 32. Then this is a transform value. We don't have to work with that right now. And this is its x value. We're just going to put, let's say 10, and here 20. And finally here we can put 0 because this is the anchor, and we don't actually care about that right now. By doing this, we should also see a little ball on screen. And there we go. So now I would actually want to make this move so we can actually show a little bit more. So I'm just going to do public int ball x. We're going to copy and paste this a few times. There we go. We call it ball y, and then ball speed x and ball speed y. And then we're just going to give it an arbitrary value. I guess just 2 will work now. 2. And then we're also going to do a public int shown ball. We're just going to say 0. So now we're actually going to go ahead and make another public void. We're going to call it update ball. So now we're just going to make ball x equals ball x plus ball speed x. I like to write this kind of version like that. I like verbose writing. Anyways, let's just do ball y equals ball y plus ball speed y. And now we're going to go ahead and check if it's hitting the borders. So first we're going to do this with wall y. So we're just going to do if vol y is greater than get height minus 32, because it is the size of the image. We will go ahead and say that the ball speed y equals ball speed y times -1, which will reverse its speed. Oh, I accidentally misspelled that. It doesn't have a capital, the first one. So anyways, we're going to also go ahead and put an else if ball y is smaller than 0. We're going to do the same thing, so we're just going to copy and paste this. And we will also want to change the shown ball, so we can actually, every time it hits a corner, every time it hits a wall, it changes what the ball is showing. So we're just going to change shown ball ++. I'm going to go here and do the same thing. And we're going to add a conditional right below here that says if shown ball is greater or equals to 4, we're just gonna go ahead and we're going to make it 0 again. Okay, so now we just need to copy and paste this so we can actually do it for the x value. We just change all the y's into x. And we change get height to get width. And now we're gonna have to go again onto our main loop, and we're going to do update ball. And now for this to be actually shown on screen, we're gonna have to go onto our update screen, and we're going to change this a little bit. We're going to add to our UV coordinate, we're going to say shown ball times 32, which will basically show us a different ball each time, for basically based on this value. So anyways, we're going to go onto our x coordinate and we're going to put ball x, and we're going to go into our y coordinate and we're going to put ball y. And now we have a bouncing ball. Very cool, very cool. So now to finish this off, we're going to just go ahead and we're going to draw a little text. To do this, we can just do she.draw string, and then we can give it a string. In this case, oops, sorry. In this case, we can just tell it J2ME is very cool. And then we can give it an x coordinate and a y coordinate. And then there's this final argument, which should be color, but we're going to just put 0 there. And finally, we can just compile the final time. And we have a little text message, a little cat, and a little ball image. So that should be all for today. So I'll be seeing you next time where I'll be showing you how to work with inputs. And then we'll see you next time where I'll be showing you how to work with audio. So see you there. Bye bye.